What's going on, everybody? Anon here. Happy Saturday night. And I wanted to do a quick public service announcement because we have found the next big scam in the Pokemon industry, and this is related to Mega Evolution. So, the reason why this is, I call it quote unquote a scam because there's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's super shady. And stores are taking advantage of all the disinformation and all the confusion around the enhanced versus non-enhanced booster boxes. And to follow up on a video I did on Friday, and I know there's a lot of PokeTubers who watch my videos and they get a little butthurt because sometimes they have better information than I do, sometimes they don't. This one I had better information. So on Friday, as we all know, in the United States, you can't market one thing and give another item. It's a problem. Now, could you get away with it if you're distribution here? Sure, of course you could, because nobody's not going to take the product. But with my majors, now I don't have allocation from 2 of the 4, which everybody knows because they tend to allocate later. With the other 2, there is a clear delineation where my original allocation is all enhanced. They've added a second SKU with incremental allocation to the first wave, which is non-enhanced. And as I mentioned, it is less than 10% of the total. So for example, with one distributor, say my original allocation is around 260 boxes. That's 60% of my total allocation. So wave 1 and wave 2 is split 60-40. It's consistent across every distributor. Of that 260 boxes, I get 260 boxes of enhanced. That is confirmed. On Friday, I was issued or allocated an additional 24 boxes of a specifically non-enhanced version. Now, I don't know if it's coming in cases, if it's just going to be loose boxes, but the distributors are not messing around with keeping people in the dark about what they're getting, what they aren't getting. And this is something that's really evolved over the last couple weeks, because early on it wasn't disinformation, it was just lack of information. And I'm sure the Pokemon company communicated this to the higher ups at distro, but generally speaking, the line of communication to the reps isn't always clean and simple, and it creates all this disinformation. So what stores are doing is they're using this to their benefit. They're representing themselves as a good guy and saying, hey, and here's an example. We're contacting you to inform you that there was a typo in the booster boxes. They were meant to be Mega Evolution's booster boxes. Instead, our integration system posted the enhanced version, which we had no idea even existed. Well, first of all, that's a lie. So every booster box initially was enhanced from all the distributors. They all said specifically enhanced. Outside one or two didn't, but whatever. The order, this order is a finalized allocation, so you're guaranteed these booster boxes. Blah 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 blah. So they're basically lying to the customer and saying, "Oh yeah, we posted them as enhanced. They're not enhanced. Sorry for the confusion. We really don't want you to keep the pre-order, but if you'd like to keep it, you need to contact us." So here is the rest of the email. And this is where it gets fucked up. If we don't hear from you within a week, we're going to cancel this order as we need your permission to process these as regular booster boxes. I'm not going to read the name. You can read the name of the store in this instance. These stores are using the confusion to say, hey, I'm a great guy. We misrepresented what we told you you're going to get. You're going to get something different. If you don't tell us, we're going to have no choice but to cancel. And oh, by the way, we sold you the box probably at sub $200. We're going to relist it at $300. So we really hope you don't respond to this. This is one of the scummiest things on the planet. So these guys clearly lied because everybody originally was getting enhanced booster boxes, right? Everybody knew they were getting enhanced booster boxes. That wasn't even a dispute. What came in after the fact was the concept of non-enhanced booster boxes, similar to Journey Together, and then how they would be allocated. And again, the only difference between the two is the safety stock that was meant to go to stores for pre-release. And by the way, this is the same pre-release stuff that Pokemon sent a note out 2 months ago saying that, hey, we're going to have a shortage of it. Well, guess what? They don't. They're using this to augment the first wave to make sure there's as much product as possible because they're having supply chain challenges with printing enough product. That's it. So, that being said, if you've placed an order for Mega Evolutions, make sure you check your email because this isn't going to be the only store or the only two stores that reach out and say, hey, there's some confusion here. We're going to be a great guy and we're going to cancel your order because you're not going to get what you think we're going to get, which is bullshit, unless you confirm. Make sure you're reading your email. Make sure you're checking and confirm. Whether it's enhanced, not enhanced, confirm. The boxes are going to be $350, unfortunately, at release. There's so much FOMO around this. There's so much confusion. Everything on TCG Player is $300. I mean, Pro Football Pete, last I checked, was $260. And every time he sells through a couple hundred boxes or whatever, he's taking the prices up. So just do yourselves a favor. Don't get fucked by these stores. They're scummy as shit. And this is something, quite honestly, I didn't even think about. But yeah, they're using the confusion to cancel orders under the guise of, oh yeah, you're not going to get what we told you you're going to get. Sorry, we're going to do you a solid. So don't let it happen to you. It's really, really scummy. It's really, really unfortunate. And quite honestly, they should do it the other way. They should say, hey, if you have an issue, reach out. Otherwise, we're going to move forward. The fact that they're not just tells you exactly what their intention is. They're trying to fuck you. They're trying to cancel as many as possible and relist them at a higher price because everybody knows where these boxes are going. So anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. We're probably going to do our Mega Evolution sale in 2 weeks, I believe. Once we have the final larger allocations from our last two groups, and if you're an elite sub, you'll be able to participate. So, all right, guys, have a great night.